Prehistoric people appear to have used crude tools and weapons of stone for hunting animals and clearing their hides. Early man also gathered food from the forests he roamed. This stage in the life of modern man, which lasted for several thousand years, is termed as the hunter-gatherer stage of early man's nomadic lifestyle. People settle at a place for a short period or temporarily. Forest dwellers, hunter-gatherers, and people practicing transhumance can also be classified in this category. In this chapter, we will study the following concepts: settlements, transport and communication. Hunter-gatherer stage. Prehistoric people appear to have used crude tools and weapons of stone for hunting animals and cleaning their hides. The early man also gathered food from the forest he roamed. This stage in the life of modern man, which lasted for several thousand years, is termed as the hunter-gatherer stage of early man's nomadic lifestyle. There are three categories of nomads. Hunter-gatherers. They roam in forests like the isolated Jarawa tribals of the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, the Pygmies of the Congo Basin in Africa, the world's shortest people, still collect nuts, fruits and roots from forests for food, supplemented by hunting. Transhumance. It is the way of life of forest people like the Bakarwals of Kashmir. They are pastoralists who move to the higher reaches of mountains in summer and descend to the lower reaches in winter. Gypsies. Gypsies travel from place to place. They can sometimes be found in big cities selling herbal medicines on the streets. Today, some of these gypsies have discarded their animal-drawn carts in favor of motor vehicles. All the three categories of people today prefer to keep a separate identity. India is home to a number of these hunting and food-gathering communities. They can also be found in Australia, New Zealand, the United States of America, and many other countries. Settled life. The practice of living at one place generally emerged only after the coming of a regular farming and domestication of animals. Settled life has certain characteristics which define that way of life. Development of settled habitations. The following factors, however, played the most crucial role in the development of settlements: topography or surface features of the land. The terrain of a region influences construction of houses, roads, etc. Development of settled habitations. Introduction of farming and invention of tools helped man to choose permanent sites for settlement. Development of settled habitations. Climatic changes, which took place between 10,000 and 7,000 years ago, forced people to move to better locations. For example, the Sahara in Africa was an area of dense vegetation some 8,000 to 7,000 years ago. When it turned into a desert, the people who lived there migrated to other continents. Availability of resources for living, such as clean air and water, fruits, vegetables, or even animals to hunt for food. Development of culture and surplus agricultural produce led to quest for higher standards of living. Marriage, kinship, and the security of family and tribe were some of the major attractions of settled life. Types of settlements. Most such settlements can be described in terms of the dominant economic activity of their inhabitants. Two settlements can, however, be distinguished: temporary and permanent. Temporary settlements. People settle at a place for a short period or temporarily. Forest dwellers, hunter-gatherers, and people practicing transhumance can also be classified in this category. Permanent settlements. In these types of settlements, people build houses with varying types of conveniences. Such settlements, which grow around watercourses like river banks or sea coasts, are called wet point settlements. Settlements on higher grounds not prone to flooding are called dry point settlements. They generally come up along transport routes but must have wet soil in their periphery. Such settlements grow along marshes, estuaries, and are often slightly away from sea coasts. Settlements along caravan routes trading routes, and railroad lines are called dry point settlements. The earliest example of a dry point settlement is Katal Hoik in Turkey. Peshawar, now in Pakistan, has become an important town because of its proximity to the Khyber Pass route linking Afghanistan and Pakistan. Rural settlements. Permanent settlements can be of two types, rural and urban. Rural settlements are villages where people depend on agriculture or agriculture-related occupations like fishing and craft work. These settlements are small and have mud houses. All of these settlements are well adapted to suit their natural environment. For example, houses on hill slopes with heavy rainfall or snowfall may have sloping roofs. Urban settlements. Towns and cities are urban settlements. They are well connected by roads and other services. Notice the towns and cities along Trans-Siberian Rail route linking Perm in West Russia to Vladivostok in the east with extensions to Hong Kong and Hanoi via China.